What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again, guys, with another uh, video live. Today's live is game day, guys. Let's get these questions in. So today I'm going to read out the weather. Then I'm going to read out some news, and then I'm going to get to y'all questions. So make sure you put them in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. This is cutting edge content. I see you, Big Will. I see you, Perfect Black. I see you, Stacy. I see you, Conscious. I see you, Eric. I see you, Ed Tay. I see you, MVM. Yes, sir. Okay. So let's go over the weather. Let's talk about the weather today. Okay. So the first game we want to talk about is going to be the New England Patriots and the Chicago Bears. It's at Chicago, outside. Now, if you got kickers in this game, you might want to listen to this. It's going to be 17 miles per hour winds, and it's a slight chance of rain. And I don't think that's going to hurt the guys that you might have in this game, like Ramondre Stevenson, Drake May, Pop Douglas, Caleb Williams, Odunze, DJ Moore. Excuse me. You can play those guys, but I don't know if I want to play kickers. If you want to try to make if you want to stream a kicker this week, so be careful with that. But other than that, guys, it's not really a lot of guys that we starting other outside of the running backs like DeAndre Swift and Ramondre. So start your guys as far as in your running backs. Let's move on to the Buffalo and the Indianapolis Colts. Let's move on to the Buffalo and the Indianapolis Colts. Now this is in a dorm, so we're not worried about that. So this game is going to be fine. Start your guys. Let's go on to the Denver and the Kansas City game. This game is going to be outside in Kansas City, but it's good weather for this time of the year in Kansas City. It's 59 degrees, 10 miles per hour wind. Start your studs. Start Pat Mahomes. Start D Hop. If you want to start Bo Nix, you can do that. You can start any other guys on the Denver Broncos if you want to. It's a good weather game. All right, let's move on to the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints guys is at home, so it's going to be inside of a dorm, so we're not worried about the weather. Well, we know New Orleans Saints are doing a fire sale. So outside of Alvin Kamara, maybe Jawan Johnson, I don't want to start anybody for the New Orleans Saints. Atlanta, you starting Darnell Mooney, you starting Drake London, he's healthy. B. John Robinson, you starting everybody. Great weather game is inside of a dorm. Let's move on to the next game. The San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Outside in Florida, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, a little bit of rain, 9 miles per hour wind. We good with that. We good with that. I see you, Perfect Black. So start your guys in this game. CMC, you got to fire them up no matter what. You got to fire them up. Go ahead and start them. Okay, let's move on to the Pittsburgh and Washington game. It's going to be at Washington. Now, listen, it's going to be some showers, and it's going to be 10 miles per hour wind. Now, I'm still going to start my kickers, but I think this is going to be a little bit of a low scoring game. But I'm still starting Jaden Daniels. I'm still starting Najee Harris. I'm still starting George Pickens. I'm still starting Terry McLaurin. Start the regular guys that you've been starting. But this is going to be a low scoring game. Don't get cute. Do not get cute. All right, let's move on to the next game. This game is going to be the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. We all know that Trevor Lawrence is going to miss this game, but I'm still fine with starting Brian Thomas Jr. That might be the only guy that I'm willing to start on that offense. If you have to start ETN or Tank Bigsby just because you don't have any other running backs, that's fine. But going over to the Minnesota side, you know their defense is really good against running backs. Really good defensive team. So that's why I only want to play Brian Thomas Jr. And Sam Darnold, I'm starting him. I think Sam Darnold has a great matchup. Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, you starting those guys. Now, listen, it is 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 14 miles per hour wind with a slight chance of rain, but I don't think I'm not worried about that far as with my kickers or any of my weapons. It's not really a lot of weapons on Jacksonville, but Minnesota, I'm still starting my guys. All right, let's move on to the Tennessee Titans and the Los Angeles Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers are at home. It's in a dorm, so we're not worried about the weather. I think Will Levis is starting today, so I like the Chargers defense. And I might start Calvin Ridley and Tony Pollard. That's the only people that I'm willing to start on the Tennessee Titans. The Chargers, you can start Quentin Johnson, Lad McConkey, J.K. Dobbins, Justin Herbert. All right, let's move on to the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Is at Dallas, so they in a dorm. So we starting all our studs. I'm not really looking to stream Cooper Rush, but you can. I'm starting Rico Dowdle, CD Lamb. That's about it. Philadelphia Eagles. I'm starting everybody. I'm starting all my starters. Saquon, Devontae, AJ, Jalen. I'm starting everybody. All right. So let's move on to the next game. The next game is going to be the New York Jets and the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I would say it's in, so we know it's at Arizona, so they in a dorm. I'm starting everybody on Arizona, but lower your expectations. Now, New York does give up the run, but I do think Kyler Murray can have a big play. I think he is a starter this week. I do think Marvin Harrison Jr. can have a big play too, so I'm willing to start him in certain instances. But start your guys, your normal guys. Start Devontae Adams, Gary Wilson, and Breach dorm game, so we're not worried about weather. And for the 8 o'clock game tonight, we got the Detroit Lions and the Houston Texans. I did like Detroit as a stream of the week, but now that Nico is playing, I actually think CJ Stroud is looks good, and I'm actually starting him in a league that I wasn't going to start him. So I'm starting CJ Stroud. It's in a dorm day in Houston, so we're not worried about weather. Um, so yeah, start CJ, start Nico, start Tank. And you're starting Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, lower your expectations. Detroit is really good against the run. Detroit, you're starting all your running backs and you're starting Jared. You're starting Amon, and if you need to, you can start Jameson. And for the Monday night game, we got the Miami Dolphins and the LA Rams. It's in Los Angeles, so the Rams are at home, but it's another dorm, so we're not worried about weather. That's good, right? And just prepare to start Tyreek. I think Tyreek's going to be active. I've never seen him miss a game, far as when he's like kind of practicing but not fully. So I think he's going to play. So I would anticipate that. Start Tua, Devon A. Chain, and Waddle. I think Waddle is a sneaky start today. Rams, you're starting those two stud wide receivers, Puka and Cooper Cup, and Matthew Stafford and Kyra Williams. So, all right, let's talk about a little bit of news. We got to read about a little bit of news. So, in the game this morning, they got a game going on between um, the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. Miles Sanders is out for the rest of the game. He hurt his ankle. Let's see. Dak Prescott looks like he could be going into surgery and missing the rest of the season. So if you have that, you need to be looking for another quarterback. He looks like he's not going to be coming back this year. Tyreek looks like a game time call for week 10. I believe he's going to play. I believe he's going to play. Christian McCaffrey could get a normal workload. So that's why you got to start him. You got to start Christian McCaffrey. Michael Parsons looks to be on a snap count, but he looks like he's going to play today. Mac Jones is the starter. Trevor Lawrence is out, and he's nursing his left AC joint sprain. Um, see anything else? Just looking. Jonathan Brooks, they did not activate him. So I told people that all year. Chuba's been playing. He's a top 5 running back for his talent. Not well, I wouldn't say talent, but his production. That's why they gave him a deal. He deserved a deal. Somebody was going to offer him a lot of money and for as a running back in the offseason. So they went on and paid him. And I think they're just going to bring along Jonathan Brooks really, really slow. Also, the Houston Texans did do some O-line adjustments. So this is a sneaky game. I won't be surprised if Houston win this game, especially with Nico starting. Nico is active this week. I don't know what's going. Hold on, guys. My internet went out for a second. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell is going on. There we go. Okay, we in there now. Okay. Let's see. Anything else we need to talk about? Let's see here. If y'all have anything pop up, you put it in the chat. Brian Thomas is playing today. That's good. I'm pretty sure I knew that Brian Thomas was going to play. But yeah, he's active today. Let's see anybody else that we just looking at. Some of these guys are defensive guys. I'm not reading them out. We don't care about that. Yeah, we know about Michael Parsons. Okay. Demarcus Robinson is all cleared. He's been having a good 2 weeks, even though he's the number 3 wide receiver. Chris Olave ships to the injured reserve, so he's going to be out for 4 weeks. What else, guys? Anything else important? All right, I think that's everything. I don't see anything. All right, let's get to some of these questions. Let's get to some of these questions right here. Okay, let's see. Fix this. Top messages, all messages. All right, first message. Let me see. First comment. We got Conscious Machine. He said, "Let's go." Next comment says, "MVM says, good morning, TD. Atlanta D or Broncos D? I'm going with Atlanta D. I'm going with Atlanta D. Kelsey or Taysom Hill? You got to go with Kelsey. You got to go with Kelsey." Then he says, Nico, Jennings, Sutton, London, Worthy, Jennings, please pick two. I'm going with Nico and London. I'm going with Nico and London. Stacy, appreciate you, Stacy. Let's see. Ed Tate says, what up, TD? Uh, Hector says, pick two. Start McLaurin, MHJ, Dale Hopkins, or Brian Thomas Jr. I'm going with Hopkins and Dale. I'm going with Hopkins and Dale. McLaurin has got a tough matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like him, but he's got a tough matchup. So we playing matchups here. Marvin Harrison Jr., we need to see a little bit more because you got other good wide receivers, so we don't want to put him in over these other guys. Dale, I like him this week. I really like Dale. I think he's sneaky against that Detroit secondary. Hop, I know he is looking to be getting Patrick Surtain, but Hop is going to be in the slot. I don't know if Patrick Surtain is going to follow D Hop into the slot. So I'm gonna go with D Hop and Dale. Big Will in the house. I say Big Will in the house. Watch your mouth. What's up, Big Will? He says, good morning, fam. It's a new day. Yes, sir. Eric says, happy Sunday. An ugly one here. Need one, half PPR. Mostert, Bigsby, or Akers? I'm going with Mostert. I'm going with Mostert over Bigsby or Akers. What's up, RG? Black Banks in the building. Brian. What's up, Brian? He said, start two. Marvin Harrison Jr., Eckler, Tank Dell. I'm going with Tank Dell. And Eckler. I'm going with Tank Dell and Eckler. The reason why I like Eckler, Brian Robinson Jr. is going to be out. So how you beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, you have to get the linebackers out in space. Use your running backs, use your tight ends, and run screens. That's how you beat Pittsburgh. So I believe Austin Eckler could catch 6 or 7 passes today. So I'm gonna say Austin Eckler over Marvin Harrison Jr. So Austin Eckler and Tank Dell. RG says, what are we doing with Tyreek this week being questionable with a hand injury and the Monday night game? I'm gonna if I gotta pick up Odell Beckham or somebody just to make sure I got an insurance policy, that's fine. But you have to try to get Tyreek in if he's gonna play. I don't think they would play Tyreek if he couldn't, if he was just a decoy, but it's possible. I'm playing Tyreek. I gotta play Tyreek in my teams. Yes. Lisa says Gmail. You want me to check my Gmail? Okay, I'll check it, Elisa. Would you? Yeah, I'll check it. King of Nike says, "What up, TD? Jamar Chase is smoking me right now." Yeah, that's how it be, man. You take those boom games, and I mean from boom players, take it and just do the best you can, bro. Don't worry about it. It ain't your fault. You got it. That's just the way fantasy works. Um, He says, I just came from church. I still have hope. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chris Vila in the building. He says, Brian Thomas, Dale Hopkins, um, or Johnson. Wandale. I don't know who that is. Johnson, PPR, only need one. I'm going with Dale over D Hop. I think Dale has a great matchup against the Detroit Lions. So I'm going with Dale. I don't know who the Johnston dude is. Elisa says, Good morning, TD. I'm desperate in one league. No Brian Robinson or Jacobs. I already started Hubbard. Who do I start? ETN, Bixby, or Mason? I think you got to go with ETN. He catches passes. So in full PPR or half point PPR, I would go with ETN. And standard, I probably still would go with ETN. Maybe Bigsby. But I think ETN is the better player out of Mason and Bigsby, especially with CMC coming back. CG Plays says, do you like okay. Chris says Goddard or Taysom Hill. I'm going with Taysom Hill over Goddard. What's up, Kentucky Bluebird? RG says, would you not start Ingram? I'm starting Ingram. And I think that's who I believe that who's gonna get the most targets in this game is Ingram. So I think Matt Jones is gonna hyper target him. Daniel Cap says, man, why did I play Daniel Jones over Murray? Man, I don't it was a good I get it. I'm not going. I don't got anything. I think that's a good play. If he don't play good, man, that's on Daniel. He's playing against Carolina. What you supposed to do? But I do talk about sometimes we do get cute and we try to play for matchups, and we got the stud on our team. You got a girlfriend, but you're going out and trying to look for other relationships, right? Sometimes that works out where you meet somebody who's more compatible with you. And then sometimes you just get in a cycle of a bunch of different girlfriends and nobody's really relevant. So that's why I said, man, sometimes if you draft a good player and you believe him, you got to play him, even no matter what the matchup is. But I'm not going to sit here and chastise you. I thought Daniel Jones is a great player. I got him in plenty of leagues and I'm playing him today. It is what it is. You know what Daniel Jones is. I still like his play though. Man, we still got a little bit more time to go. Eric the actor says supposedly okay, I'm not reading that. Ronald, what's up? What's up, Ronald? No, my hair is not locked, bruh. I got a new person. Corey says your hair locked. No, I got a new person doing my hair, so we try to do different styles every week. It is what it is, bruh. It is what it is. Corey said, What's up? Good morning, my guy. Pick two Dale, London, Downs, Brian Thomas Jr., or Nakua. I'm going with, I think you got to play Nakua and London. Nakua and London. A Game Grizzo, what's up, bruh? He says, Would you start Demarcus Robinson over Marv this week? No. I would start Marvin Harrison Jr. over Demarcus Robinson. Ronald says Brian Thomas Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr., Tank Dell to Khalil Shakir for my wide receiver too. I would say it's close between Tank Dell and Khalil Shakir, but I'm gonna go with Khalil Shakir slightly. But if you want to go with Tank Dell, Ronald, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I like Brian Thomas Jr. I like Marvin Harrison Jr., but Tank Dell and Khalil got better matchups and better they in better situations today. So I would go with Khalil slightly over Tank, but I like both of those guys. Oh, it's his injured his knee. They said it was his ankle earlier. Okay, so it's his knee MVM. Okay. Robert Malley says, "What's good, TD? I am 8-1. Should I start grabbing guys for the playoff? Yes, you should be stashing for the fourth quadrant. Don't disrupt your team to do it. Just make as long as you flowing, just get the best guys that you think is trending up." Chris says Debo Downs or Tracy PPR. Actually, Tracy is playing right now. So we can't play Tracy. So between Debo and Downs and full PPR, I'm going Downs, and half point PPR, I would go with Debo. And standard, I would go with Debo. But full PPR, I would go with Downs. So it depends on what scoring format you in. Mr. E, what's up, Mr. E? He says, would you do this trade? I give Jamar and JT, I get Henry and Lamb. No, I'm holding on to Jamar. I already have Lamar Jackson. I'm a Raven fan, so I'm in a pickle. I know I'm losing the value, but I would want Henry. No, I would stay with Jamar and a full PPR. If you in half point PPR, I might be okay with it, but I would still rather have Jamar Chase. Black Bait says Pearsall or Keenan Allen. That's a great question. I had to make that decision myself. I'm going with Pearsall over Keenan Allen. I'm going with Pearsall over Keenan Allen. Perfect Black says, can we trust Collins? It's not about trust. It's he's active. That's how I see it. If you trying to make it be where he's got to be optimal, no, he's not optimal at all. I would even say no, I wouldn't want to play him. But I know fantasy football, you have to play your studs when they start because you never know. It could be where he's on a snap count and he's not getting that many targets, or he could go out there and get 10 targets and kill it. I'd rather play. He a star, so I'm gonna go down with my star. So I would say yes, you can trust Collins. He's active. Tron Force, what's up, bro? He says, should I hold out for Tyreek and pivot to Mostert? No. If Tyreek is ruled out, or just play Mooney or D Hop today instead. No, just pivot to Mostert if you have to. Do not try to sit Tyreek. Give him a chance to play. Give him a chance to play. Barkler, what's up? He says, I think it's time for you to choose your to close your mouth about Daniel Jones. Go look at the game. Yeah, I still think he's a good start this week. I still think he's a good start. I mean, I have him in plenty of leagues and I'm doing really well, so it is what it is. Terrell says I added Calvin Austin the third. Yes, I like Calvin Austin. I like Calvin Austin today. I think he's a sneaky boom play. He's a sneaky boom play. Michael Beard says I have both Eckler and Mostert. Eckler is currently starting, but I have a gut feeling the Mostert will outperform. Maybe due to touchdown upside. Yeah, I would rather play Eckler because it's no Brian Robinson, but both of them have decent matchups. We know most is going to get 10 to 15 touches. But I'd rather play Eckler in a full PPR league. Terrell says drop Chargers D starting Vikings. Okay, let me see here. I like that you're going to the Vikings. There's nothing wrong with that with a backup quarterback. Um, and I don't know. Whenever Will Levis is playing, I like to play that defense. I know he turned the ball over a lot, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with you playing the Vikings, Terrell. Glover says trust in Tyreek to play. Yes, I would trust in him to play. King of Nike says, should I start Eagles defense or Cowboys? I would start the Eagles defense over the Cowboys. Yes, it does seem like a trap game, but I would definitely play the Eagles defense. They've been hot. I think they're the number one defense the last 3 weeks. CZ says traded Garrett Wilson for Kelsey when Adams first went to the Jets. Traded Garrett Wilson for Kelsey. Thoughts? I wouldn't have traded Garrett Wilson. I thought it helped Garrett Wilson out to have another alpha like Devontae Adams on the other side. So actually, Garrett Wilson has been having his best games since Devontae Adams has been there. So I wouldn't have done it, especially for a tight end. That's just my thoughts. What's going on, Charlene? What's good with you? Chris says Pollard or Dale. I'm going with Dale in full PPR. I'm going with Dale in full PPR. Oh, okay. At least it said Gmail was accidental. Okay, it was good morning. Okay, it's all good. Gil says I played the Giants D. Yeah, man, I had played them in one league and then I couldn't swap it. This one, like it's like 5 minutes before the game they locked, and I was mad at that because I had picked up another defense. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. I don't think that's not a bad play. Don't get down on yourself about that. Sports Dog, what's up, bro? He's a TD100. Got here late. Will Nico's play? Yeah, Nico's going to play. If I use him, it will be as a flex. I'm starting George Pickens and Darnell Mooney in my bench, or Terry McLaurin, Jawan Jennings. What do you think of any changes? I don't think you should make any changes. I don't. I like that you playing Darnell Mooney over Terry McLaurin. I like that you're playing George Pickens, and that you are putting Nico in your lineup because he's a star. I don't have anything to say. I think you're doing everything right. Rob Mack says Mayfield or Stroud. I'm actually going to go with Stroud. You don't have to do this. I think with Tank Dell and Nico being together, it's going to help. Detroit defense is good against the run, but they can be had against the pass. So I like Stroud over Mayfield. All good, Conscious Machine. He says I'm late. All good, bro. You always in here showing support every Sunday morning, every live. Appreciate you. At least it says Dale or Cup standard. I'm going with Cup over Dale. I'm going with Cooper Cup over Dale. Conscious says Davis or Algier is my only decision. Yeah, I would go with Davis. Yes, get the likes up, guys. Let's hit the like button. Charlene says London or Mooney. I'm going with that's tough. That's tough. That's tomato. I'm gonna say London. I'm gonna say London. Yes, London is injured, but he's active. So I have to respect that he's active. Either way, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Chris says pick two: Debo, Brian Thomas, Dowdle, Marvin Harrison Jr., Amari Cooper. Um, I'm gonna go with Amari Cooper, and I'm gonna go with Debo. It's close between Debo. Actually, it's not close. I just don't know with CMC. I don't know if Debo got any touchdown upside today. I think that's CMC role. So I'm a little bit worried about Debo. Amari Cooper with no Keon Coleman. I think Amari Cooper's going to get a few more targets. I like Dowdle, but he's got a backup quarterback, Marvin Harrison Jr. I like him for the fourth quadrant. I still need to see a little bit more before I start starting him on a weekly basis. So I'm going to go with Debo and Amari Cooper. Ronald says Noah Brown or Demarcus Robinson. I'm going with Demarcus Robinson. 619 Bengals fan. What's up, bro? He says, what up, bro? CJ Stroud or Tua for the start today at quarterback today? That's rough. I'm going to go with CJ. I think it's a tie between CJ and Tua. Tyreek does make me worry a little bit. If he doesn't play, I don't want to play Tua without Tyreek. But with Tank Dell and Nico playing, I like CJ Stroud against the um, Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions can be had in the secondary. Jimmy's TV. What's up, bro? He said, would you play Odell if Tyreek is out? Yes, I would if I had to. So if I wait and I only got Odell to put in, yes, put him in and keep it moving. And I think Odell could get you 4 or 5 catches with Tyreek being out. Durf Boy, he says, good morning. Stafford or Collar? Let's go with Stafford. Let's go with Stafford. Now, to me, both of those guys are starters. To me, if I got Kyler Murray, I'm starting him every week. I'm not going to go and play matchups with him. I don't consider him that type of quarterback. But with the matchup that he got, I think Stafford has a better matchup, and he has both of his weapons. So that's why I'm saying Stafford. But I don't think Kyler Murray is a bad start, and I don't think he's a sit. But I guess we talking matchups right here. Chris says London is fine, just a hip pointing. Facts. Facts. Conja says, can you all believe I'm second on total points, but have more points scored against me? Still the number 4 seed? Nope, I'm not surprised. That's how fantasy works. Kale says Ricky Pearsall or Jalen Warren. In full PPR, I'm going with Ricky Pearsall, and half point PPR or standard, I would go with Jalen Warren. But I like Ricky. I like Ricky Pearsall. Kale says Kincaid or Taysom Hill. I'm going with Taysom Hill. Um, FB says play Chase and Burrow this week. You think I got a chance? Yes, you always got a chance. As long as you got some boom players on your team, and I'm pretty sure you do. Tron says, do you think McDaniels will punish Mostert for his fumbles? No, that was last week. We got to. This is a new week. He will get some carries. He would get at least 10 carries today. Kale said Rashad White or Jalen Warren. Rashad White, that's easy. Rashad White has been a good running back the last 2 weeks with those receivers being out. So Rashad White over Jalen Warren. Terrell says Ingram or Warren or Austin in the flex. I actually will go with Ingram in the flex in this situation over Warren and Austin. Austin has more upside, but Ingram is the safest. Chris says Purdy or Donald. I'm going with Donald. I'm going with Donald. Excuse me. Black Bank says, what does your fan dual lineups look like? Um, I got some Miami Dolphin stacks. Um, Probably might throw in some Charger stacks. Those are. I guess I tell you, those are going to be my 2 main quarterbacks that I'm looking to play. Chris says Javonte Williams or Bucky. I'm going with Bucky. I'm going with Bucky. Tim J says start Dowdle over McLaurin. No, I would play McLaurin over Dowdle. A little nervous about Terry's matchup. I am too, but I'm not going to go to Dowdle with a backup quarterback. I'm not going to go to Dowdle with a backup quarterback. King of Nike says I started Zay Flowers as a wide receiver too, and I have AJ Brown, Tyreek, and Josh Downs. Who would you start for wide receiver 1 and flex? So wide receiver 1 would be AJ Brown, and the flex would be Tyreek Hill. AJ Brown and Tyreek Hill. Joel, what's up, Joel? He says Ramondre or Connor. I'm going with. I think. Let me see. I think I'm going with Connor because the New York Jets gives up a lot of, like, they are weak against the run. That's how you beat the Jets, is run the ball on them. Hold on, guys. Let me. Yeah, I'm going with James Conner over Ramondre. I think both of them are starts. I like Ramondre and Conner, so I would start both of them. But I know you probably got luxury, so I would go with Conner over Ramondre. I like Ramondre though. Like Patriots, when they are able to win a game, and because they can play the Bears tight. The Bears offense don't look that great. So when they are in tight games, usually Ramondre is a top 12 running back that week. Just to give y'all a little bit of context. Chris says, oh, wait a minute. Dickerson says, what up, TD? Here for that cutting edge content. Collins or Downs? I'm going with Collins. I'm going with Collins. Chris says Pollard or Reek. I'm going with Reek. I'm going with Reek. So the Johns are playing bad right now. I know I can't watch the game. That's crazy. I mean, they got to play at least decent. Mr. Fulton says, morning. Today is my big 25th golden birthday of my quarterly of a century of a decade. Happy birthday, Mr. Fulton. Happy birthday, man. Appreciate you being here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And Neighbors is playing bad too. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I got a super chat in here. I didn't even see it, man. I just been going on. Michael Beard, sorry about that. He says Eckler or Mostert. I don't know. My gut feels Mostert. I like Eckler. I like Eckler, but I don't think it's a big difference. I think it's kind of tomato tomato. The only way that I like, the only reason why I'm saying Eckler, Michael, is because of full PPR. If it was half point PPR or anything like that, I would definitely go to Mostert. But full PPR makes me think Eckler can catch a lot of passes from Jaden Daniels, especially playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I'm not going to try to convince you. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I'm not going to. Nah, man, Mostert is not a bad play. Me, I'm playing Eckler, but I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all when it's close, and I'm not trying to do because I'm wrong. I'm just trying, I might be wrong. I'm just trying to tell you how I would see it. I would be like, dang, who should I play, Eckler or Mostert? I know most because I got Mostert. I'm playing Mostert this week in one of my leagues because I don't have anybody else. But if I had to choose between him and Eckler, I would go with Eckler because I play in full PPR leagues and I like the pass catching ability. It's just safer to me. I know Eckler can get a rushing touchdown just like Mostert, but actually Eckler might get more of a snap percentage over Mostert just because there's no Brian Robinson. So I'm gonna say Eckler, but if you go with Mostert, bro, I think you're good. If you feel it in your gut, go with it. I'm not when people feel stuff in their gut. I hate trying to tell them to go off of that because remember, it's your team. I know you're here for my advice, and I'm always going to give it, but I'm not going to tell you where do what I say do. I just use everything that I'm telling you, whatever your experience, and combine it together and make the decision, man, and trust your gut. Appreciate you, Michael. Arizona Tactical says, and neighbors, damn, he sucks lately. Yeah, man, it's Daniel Jones, man. He missed the throw early in the game. I thought I started cussing him out. I said I would cut your ass today. Like if you can't make an easy throw when a dude turns around and he's wide open, there, if y'all on a different page, that's fine. That happens. We can work on that in the practice. But what we can't work on is accuracy. When you've been in the league 5 or 6 years. So I still think Daniel Jones can play. Like everybody said, Sam Darnold sucked, but nobody. I don't see any comments right now talking about Sam Darnold sucks. That's why a lot of people don't respect their subscribers because they do this. And I try to tell y'all the truth. Don't do this because people don't respect people who do this. Like stay consistent on a guy, and if you was down on a guy, admit to it. Don't say he sucked. Oh, he good. I didn't say he sucked. Like so, that's how it's football. But I'm disappointed in Daniel too when I saw the first series. That shit looked weak. Sports Style says T. Okay, wait a minute. We got another super chat in the building from Ricky Bobby. Appreciate that, Ricky Bobby. He says, "What up, bro? Tank Dell or Khalil Shakir?" Great question. I've seen that question about 2 or 3 times. I'm gonna say Khalil Shakir with no Keon Coleman, and also a little nicked up Amari Cooper. So I'm gonna go with Khalil Shakir over Tank Dell. I like Tank Dell today, but I'm gonna go with Khalil Shakir. Taysom Hill or Kyle Pitts, that's tough. I hate saying to play somebody over. So, bro, let me give you two. I got to give you two different answers. I would play Kyle Pitts just because Kyle Pitts, I drafted him. Taysom Hill got the best matchup today. I don't like picking up guys and try to play matchups with my stud guys that I drafted early. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't work, and I'm not saying Taysom Hill is not going to outscore Kyle Pitts. Taysom Hill, as soon as I saw his name, I was going to say start, but then I saw Kyle Pitts. I don't like telling people to sit their guys that is just there and getting a role and getting targets just for a guy who's been hot for 2 weeks. I just don't play fantasy that way. I'm sorry. Um, so I think you should start Kyle Pitts, but Taysom Hill does have the better matchup. Pat Mahomes or Justin Herbert? Thanks. I'm going with Patty. I'm playing Patty today. I like Justin Herbert, but I only want to bring Justin Herbert if I got that second tier of quarterbacks. And Mahomes, who he is, still in the first tier. I don't want to play competition and matchups with Pat Mahomes. If that's the two, I'm getting him off of my lineup. If I got to play matchups with Jamar Chase, I'm getting him off my lineup. If I got to do it with Tyreek Hill, I'm getting him off my lineup. It's certain guys that I don't play matchups with, and I got to do a video next year to let y'all know that. Don't draft guys early and then they don't start off the right way, and you ready to play matchups with them. If that's the case, you don't want him, you got to get rid of him. You don't want this guy scoring on your bench with the potential that he has. So I'm going to say Pat Mahomes over Justin Herbert. And if you do play Justin this week, because Justin Herbert is going to be good this week, I think he's going to be solid. Then I think you need to trade one of those guys and go down a tier just to keep it easy for your starts and sits. Maybe you don't see fantasy that way, Ricky Bobby, and that's okay. You don't have to see it that way, but that's just the way I see it. Appreciate the super chat, bruh. Let's see here. Sports Dog says TD 18 standing 6 point. Need two wide receivers. Garrett Wilson, Josh Downs, Jordan Addison, and Terry McLaurin. I'm going with Garrett Wilson and Jordan Addison. Garrett Wilson and Jordan Addison. I'm using TJ Hawkinson over Dalton Kincaid in my tight end. Sounds good to you? Tomato between TJ Hawkinson or Kincaid. Who knows? Right? Who knows? So that's up to you. It's the same player. It's a bunch of players that be the same player in fantasy. They kind of the same. They kind of score the same. Um, Me personally, I might play with Kincaid because he's been more healthy, but TJ Hawkinson can go out here and catch a touchdown. So yeah, I would play Jordan Addison and Garrett Wilson, and I probably would just leave Dalton Kincaid in my lineup. Arizona says commit AJ Brown, Kareem Hunt, and Kate Otten anytime touchdown. I like that. I like those guys. Good shit, Arizona. Brink King says Waddle, D Hop, or Jawan Jennings. Pick two. I would say D Hop and Waddle. D Hop and Waddle. Conscious Machine says I got Gibbs and Nico playing night game. I'm gonna have to make some late coffee after dinner, TD. I hear you, bro. Will Hayes says start one flex spot. DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, Darnell Mooney. I would go with Darnell Mooney over DJ Moore and Amari Cooper. I would go with Darnell Mooney over Amari Cooper and DJ Moore. B. Growing says play against Jamar Chase. I need upside. Pick one. Pickens or McLaurin or Brian Thomas Jr. Also Donald or Golf. I'm going with Donald over Golf. And I'm picking Pickens over McLaurin and Brian Thomas Jr. Conscious says double tap the screen. We're going on for 100 likes. Yes, let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get the likes up. Chris says Donald or Daniels. I think Donald got the better matchup, but I believe that you should play Jaden Daniels if you got him. Now, Donald got the best matchup. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are elite defense, but Donald got a great matchup. Again, guys, I'm going to tell you, don't play matchups with your quarterbacks. Get you a quarterback, believe in them, and that's it. Right? Because what you're going to miss, if you go back and look at if you go back and look at top players, the top five at each position, if you go look at them when they had bad matchups, they probably played better than they did when they had great matchups. Going back to last year, I had Lamar Jackson. When he played easy matchups, he didn't play well. But when he played against like San Francisco and Pittsburgh and these tough defenses, he scored a lot of points. So I want y'all to be prepared for that. You sit, well, Darnold got this great matchup, and Daniels, he playing against Pittsburgh, and then Daniels goes out and rushed for two long rushing touchdowns, and they end up being quarterback three. And you like, well, I don't know what happened, and you just talking about everything except that what really matters. You played matchups with your starting quarterback, but you want to look at where they didn't tackle him, and he threw it this way, and he went out the game with an injury. All that shit don't matter. It's about starting your guys because they can overcome bad matchups. That's why they special. That's why CMC special. You can go out there and put a Hall of Fame defense against him, and he's still gonna have a rushing touchdown and a catching touchdown. He's special like that. So play your studs. I try to draft special players early. That way, I'm not worried about no matchups. That's why I tell y'all that. And sometimes it's disingenuous to your team because you picked a team where you're trying to look for the best guy each week. Where I'm drafting my team, he's a super stud, so I gotta put him in. That's how I see it. Even though you might not see my player as the same way. So Darnold got a better matchup. Daniels is your star. So if you want to play Sam Darnold, I'm not telling you to sit Jaden Daniels. I learned that. I learned that in the past. Don't hey, well, you know what? Donald. Yeah, Donald got a good matchup. Well, hey, TD, you took Monday, it'd be Monday. TD, you told me to sit Jaden Daniels. Yeah, you said sit. No, I did not say sitting on Jaden Daniels, and I ain't saying sit Jaden Daniels. I just said Donald got the best matchup. Another super chat in the building by Ricky Bobby himself. He says, thanks, bruh. To confirm and set this and forget, please pick 3. Okay. 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. Amon-Ra, Khalil Shakir, and Tank Dell. Now listen, I'm not saying sit Debo, but I am accountable for these 3 guys: Amon-Ra, Khalil, and Tank Dell. I believe Tank Dell has a great matchup against Detroit. Khalil Shakir, there's no Keon Coleman. He's probably like has a 95% catch rate. Well, he catching 95% of the targets that goes to him, and he's been getting hyper target underneath. So I'm gonna say Khalil Shakir, Tank Dell, Debo with CMC coming back. We need to see how this flow is going to happen, especially with Ricky Pearsall there, Jawan Jennings. We don't know. I would think that CMC could have 2 rushing touchdowns. I don't know who's going to get the touchdowns today. Usually, I would say Debo, and there'd be no questions answered. So if you want to switch out Debo for Khalil Shakir, Tank Dell, I don't think it's a bad move, but I think they have better matchups today. Khalil Shakir and Tank Dell and Amon-Ra. Those are the guys that I would be playing. Those 3 guys. Appreciate the super chat, bruh. Walker said, do you think Hill is going to play? Yes, I do think he's going to play. Seven, what's up, Seven? He says Addison, Marvin Harrison Jr., Pearsall, pick 1. I'm going with Addison. I'm going with Addison. The next guy that I think will be close is Marvin Harrison Jr. Conja says, no problem, go Eckler. No, he said, no B Rob, go Eckler. I'm sorry. No B Rob, go Eckler. JB Gaming, what's up, bruh? Free Smoke says Jaden Daniels or Sam Darnold. I'm going with Sam Darnold because he has the better matchup. I think Jaden Daniels should be started every week. Okay, Michael said this is standard lead. Okay, so if it's standard lead, man, I don't know what the question is. Go with the RB. The wide receivers don't do great in standard leagues. Running backs do better if they getting at least 20 touches or 15 to 20 touches. A. Brody says Drake May or Stafford. Also, is Nico going to play today? Yes, Nico is playing today. I would play Matthew Stafford over Drake May. Bro, I'm not great with the kickers. I'm going to say Boswell because I know he's been playing well. So I'm going to say Boswell. Guys, help JB Gaming out with the kickers. I'm not a great kicker guy. I'm not going to sit here and cap. Lisa says Hill, Cade. I don't think you could go wrong, but I would go with Cade Otten in this one. That's the original true tight end. He's getting a lot of targets. I would go with Cade Otten and slide over Taysom Hill in this situation. Sports Dog says TD 18 PPR super flex. 2 flex. DJ Moore, Nico Collins, J.K. Domas, Juan Jennings, or Terry McLaurin. Thanks. Super flex, 2 flex. Okay, so you need 1 guy. So I'm assuming that you need 1 guy. The 1 guy that I would play would be Nico Collins. I would play Nico over J.K. Dobbins. I would. I know that's a little saucy, but you can play J.K. Dobbins. But I think guys, why would they activate Nico if he wasn't ready? I think Nico is going to be surprising people. I really do. So I'm going with Nico. But if you wanted to play J.K. Dobbins, I think those are the 2 guys between Nico, J.K., and Terry McLaurin. I think Nico is the better play. Charlene said they may use London as a decoy. They could. That's facts. That's facts, Charlene. Conja says, TD, my opponent has Bijan, and I'm already had And already has Chase Brown scored and Chuba working on the game. Does does this affect if I play Algier or Davis? Atlanta could be 21 in the fourth and Algier runs it out. Facts. I'm just gonna say Davis though, bro. Tracy touchdown. That's what I'm talking about. Robert says Tracy touchdown. Yes, sir. LA Real Game says Panther ranked 27 against the pass. I thought Jones would boom. Right, but don't the numbers don't matter. It's a good play. That's how I see it. I don't want you to get caught. Well, it was 27 because it was 40 here, and then this was 42.5. It's not about that. We know that the Carolina Panthers been struggling. Daniel Jones had a good week before. He got Malik Neighbors. The offensive line is doing decent. He's a good player. So if he don't hit, don't think you made the wrong call. Don't think you made the wrong call. Yes, Hubbard is doing well. Mark says Drake London or McBride. I'm going with Drake London. He's healthy. He's playing today. Joy NYK says I would never stream Daniel Jones again. It's unbelievable painful. I get it, bro. I didn't stream them several times this year. But I get what you're saying. That's why I always tell y'all, go down with the ship with your players. Go down with the ship. Hustle King says Rico or Shakir in the flex. I would go with Shakir. Brian says 4 PPR, 1 flex. Get Nico, Cup, Real, JT, Kyron, James Cook. Which guy would you stream, sir? Would you play? 4 PPR, 1 flex. Got Nico, Cup, Real, JT, Kyron. You got to play Cooper Cup. You got to play Cooper Cup. All right, got a super chat in the building from Hustle Kings. He says Rico or Shakir in the flex this week. I'm going with Shakir, Hustle King. And 4 PPR, I'm going with Shakir. And half-point PPR or standard, I'm going with Rico. Chris Villa, he says Shane Falco or Paul Crew. Thanks for the help. I'm going with Shane Falco. I don't know, man. I can't trust neither one of them, man, because they throw the game, I'm going to fight them. If they throw the game, we fighting. I guess I'll go with Shane Falco. Paul Crew, I don't know if I can trust him. I think I can trust Shane Falco before I can trust Paul Crew. That's a great one, bro. That's a great tomato. Another super chat from Hustle Kings. He says, really need to hit at the flex this week. Play Zay. Yeah, man, Zay was another good play. It just didn't hit. It just didn't hit, guys. Sometimes the great plays are good plays. Like playing a good play. If you play, sometimes making the right decision still can get the wrong result. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't worry about that. You had to play. You had to play Zay. You playing Lamar. Lamar playing. That could have been that long touchdown. Could have been Zay's. All right, let me go back up because I missed some comments. Connie says 2 weeks ago I picked up Danny Downs for this game during Love bye week. I hope it was smart to stack Stafford for Monday night. Yes. Terry Carter says Chase 56 points. He's probably just gave me the dub right there. Yes. That's why I talk about that boom 40 point, 50 point. Joy says Gino just got released. What? Oh, okay. For fantasy, I'm like, oh, damn. In real life, I'll probably claim him and roll with him rest of the season. He has the weapons to be average at best, at least. Yes, I agree with that. Gino was a flash in the pan. He might get benched if they start losing. If they start losing, it's possible. Duncan says Rodgers at Arizona or Stroud versus Lions. I'm going with the Stroud versus Lions. That's been my thing today, Duncan. I'm going with Stroud versus Lions. Keenan says sit Bijan and start Algier. Yes. Sit Algier and start Bijan. I think that's a setup question. But start Bijan. Keenan said, okay. Charlene says Boswell for sure. Thank you, Charlene. Conjure says it would be a surprise to see Odd have at least 5 for 55. He's near lock for 10 points and can score 30. Facts. Terry says I got Miles well, no problems there. Uh, LA Real Gamer says, would you play Taysom over McBride? No, I would not. I would play McBride. Yes, I agree with that, Conscious. He says Dayball might get fired tomorrow. It's possible. Charlene says, if you down 55 points, don't give up. Right. Facts. And Hustle Kings, appreciate the super chat, bro. Y'all showing a lot of love today. He says, is the volume with Rico safer than Shakir? No, I don't think so. No, not the way Shakir. He very safe. He catching 95% of his targets. He's getting hyper targeted. He's getting more than 5 targets a game. I think Khalil Shakir is a better play than Rico in full PPR. What up, Travis Looney? What up, bro? Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. I appreciate everybody being in here. Listen, don't um don't get upset about a player that you play that don't score. I'm going to chastise y'all about that. And if you don't like it, I don't care because I'm here to make y'all better. Don't get upset about a pick because if I see you get upset about it and then you cheer for him in the next week, I don't respect that. I don't respect that. This is football. So long as you make you make your starts and they make sense, it's okay. Nobody can say you did nothing dumb or you crazy or you didn't win. Look, you can have a great team and don't even make the playoffs. It's okay. Long go make be proud. Have pride in yourself as your starts and sits going down with the ship. That's how you check yourself. You don't check yourself because you picked up Daniel Jones and he out here playing terrible. Knowing he playing against Carolina, who ain't sacked nobody all year, ain't played defense worth a lick all year, and he have a bad game. Don't worry about that. I lose on the league. I don't give a damn about that because I know I'm still start my players and it's gonna come back around. I even have to do it with y'all. Y'all know how many times y'all have wrote me off in a week. TD, Daniel Jones, and this, and this didn't happen. And then next week, oh TD, you hit on Isaiah Likely. And I just be like, mm-hmm. Yeah. And then next week when I miss again, you're gonna get mad again, right? That's how that so just trust yourself. Trust yourself, play your guys. It's all good. We're getting ready for the fourth quadrant. So just take it week by week. Let me see here. Terry Crowder, he laughing. Yeah, man, hey, that's how it be, man. Now, now listen, if you new at this, if you new at this, I get it, but don't be volatile, man. Right? Think about anything you do as a business. You might have a bad month, or you're gonna go, oh my God, it was a bad situation to go invest in Bitcoin. And then 3 months later, Bitcoin go up. Hey, I hit Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Like, come on, come on. All right, y'all guys be safe. I'll see y'all later. Peace. Hold on a minute. JB Gaming says Amari Cooper is out today. If you have Shakir or Kincaid, put him in. Okay, Amari is out, guys. I did not see that. Thank you for letting me know that, JB Gaming. Thank you for letting me know that. Yep. All right. Y'all guys be safe. See y'all later. Peace.